Amazing. That was it. Thank you so much, dear MCP Lex and everyone over here. So yes, people, hope this activity woke you up a bit if you're tired or something like that. Let me just share my screen. Mm-mm-mm. Cool. My screen is visible, right?
It's loading. I think we will see soon.
Loading.
Yeah, loading.
Okay, cool. Okay. So yeah, by the time it's loading, maybe people who have not opened their cameras, you can
Yeah, we
open
can
your
see it.
cameras. I mean, you can just ask. Yeah, it is. Cool. Let me know if I'm lagging, right? And I'm pretty obsessed with people's face while giving presentations. So if you can open your camera, it's completely okay. You can just open it. And yes, let's move ahead to the next topic, a very, very, very important topic of risk management. Introducing myself. Hi everyone, I am Snehi and I am the MCP current of ICK in Nepal. You can always get in touch with me apart from the formal emails through my Instagram, that is Snehi Bhattacharya, and also through the MC Team Nepal's Instagram channel. We are pretty active over there. And yes, when you listen of risk management, that you might think, okay, this topic have already been there in CEO for 90 days. Jack was there. He gave an amazing session. It was all cool, right? So now from that session, we are going to elevate a bit more on how are you going to carry the risk management. So major objective of this entire session is, first of all, you know about risk management, but how are we going to do risk management according, aligning it with the AI risk management tool. And as an MCP, we will be learning the importance of risk management. I will be sharing a couple of, GCPs and BCPs from ISIC in Nepal in terms of risk management, and as the MCP elects and as well as the MCP candidates, how are you going to incorporate the risk management in your planning. So these are the major objective of this entire space. So before we move ahead, let's play a small game, right? Let's play a small game. So there'll be like two questions. Like no, there're gonna be a question, and then there'll be like two options. And there's a option of annotation in your Zoom. All of you know how to use that, right? So you just need to put stickers around. You can put anything, um, whatever you think is the best for you. Cool. The first question is, would you rather choose, a sweet donut during a toothache, or would you rather jog when you're having a severe leg pain? What's your guilty pleasure? Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh my God, we have so many athletics over here. You love jogging. Uh-huh. Amazing. Cool. So now we'll go to the next topic, right? Danula, if you could, yeah, amazing. Now the next question is, just at this moment, you get a call from your MCVP select saying, hey, I'm so sorry, but I think I have to resign from the MCVP role. What state would you be? Would you be like this, or you have a plan and you're good to go? Okay, so many of you don't have a plan. Just imagine, right now you get a call. Hi, hello, Min. I'm so sorry I cannot be your MCVP for this year. I know you're enjoying your RPM, but this is a very important notice that I need to give you. Cool. Many of you are not ready about it, right? So next question. Uh, so right now, exchange is there, and just imagine an EP is lost. You have no plans. That's why you panic, or you be like, I'll rely on my MCVP, I'll rely on my FCP, I'll rely on my LCVP. So you're calm, or you remember that you are the final answerable authority, and you panic a lot. Which state would you be if this situation is there? Oh damn, Mary! It must have been a very, I don't know, terrible or a good experience. Okay, you become calm and rely on people. Damn, I love the trust level, huh? Moving ahead with this part. You have a plan if your MCVP finance, LCVP finance, or LCP run away with the entity's money. Do you have a plan? All the MCVPF, Kanil, Diksha, and Raghav must have been so must have been feeling so powerful that yes, bitches, I can do that. Okay, great. So the last one, oh, not the last one, the second last one here. Right now, we know there's so many situations going around the world, and APs know apart from all those things. Just imagine tomorrow, your country gets shut down. Do you have a plan to address everyone? For example, your EPs, your members, your BD partners, your parents, everyone. Because right now, even Nepal is having its election, right? And you never know the situation. So, yeah, you're ready. You're ready. Damn. Okay. So many people are ready if the situation comes in. AP is resistant to this. Cool. So yes, the final thing. Are you worried about how to tackle these situations? Maybe in future, anything can happen. What would you be like? You be like confused, or you are like ready with the sword? Okay, amazing. I see different people in different zone, of course. So, what I want to say over here with all these situations, right? Anything can happen. We do not know. We don't know. We cannot predict things. Like we cannot predict every single thing. So all I want to say here is that if any situation comes in future, right, don't be fearful of the risk. Understand them and manage and minimize them to an acceptable level. As a P, try to minimize the impact if the risk have already occurred. If the problem is already there, then your job role is to minimize the impact. And if the problem is not there yet, then your job is to make sure that the problem does not arise. So, this is what majorly the entire risk management is all about, just managing it. And when you look at this thing, I hope you already know properly about the risk management process, how it's done. You identify it, and then you analyze that. You decide what are the strategies you're going to take, you implement it, and then you monitor the implementation and all these things. This is how the basic theoretical and the processual risk management is. But now, at this point of your life, or let's say your MCP journey, which one do you think is the most important? You can put stickers over that. You think identifying risk is important, or you think implementation is important, or you think deciding strategy is important? Like, what is really important? Okay, Sumit says deciding strategy is important. Isaac in Korea, identifying risk. Kanil in between. Oh no, Kanil is also identifying risk. Great. Nishat is there in deciding. Everything is important, right? That's true. Every single process is completely important, and it depends upon the person which process are you really good at. You might not be you might be really good at identifying risk, but you might need help in deciding the strategy. You might be someone who knows how to make things happen, how to make the shit get done. Maybe that's where implementation is. You might be really good at that, but you might not know how to analyze it, right? So there are different facts over here. But before moving into how you do a risk management, just a question for you all. Have you ever done the risk management in your last role? Like yes, no, spam the chat. I know it's a lot of drawing now. Let's type a bit. Have you ever done a risk management in your last role? Yes. Great. Yes. No. Who else? Don't remember. Nope. 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 Yes. Nope. Okay, a very varied answer over here. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It's completely okay if you have done or if not done, because the reality is we rarely prioritize management as an MCP or as an MC team. I kid you not, in the first quarter of my MC term, I never did risk management. It's a very shitty thing to say, but something very accept, like you should accept it if you have not done, right. I did not do it. And that was one of the, one of the drawback in my term itself. And this is not only our situation, most of the entities situation, we don't prioritize risk management as an MCP or neither as an MC team. We think it's only, one person job. And I think MCVP FNL have this space of only doing risk management. But now the thing is, just because we didn't do it in our last term, in our last role, does not really mean that we will not do it in our term. So what I want to tell you here is that this term you are going to do a risk management and it will be incorporated in your planning. So now the space for you is to learn how to do it as an MCP. First of all, if you remember this slide from the Jack CEO for 90 days, he talks about identifying the risk, right? There are three categories: known knowns, you know the risk; known unknowns, you know something shitty is going to be there, but you don't know what exactly is going to be there. And the last one is unknown unknowns. It will just pop out of nowhere. First, you analyze the risk, right? And to help you analyze the risk, there is ISEC International's risk management tool. If you have seen this tool before, it's just a screenshot of that particular tool. This is how it looks like. You identify, you analyze. For example, if I talk about IGTA as an option, as a thing right now, let's see the IGTA operation I take as a project. And I think this is a risk I identified on 18th of November, 2020. And obviously there might be a lot of reason, but the reason why this is a risk for me is due to external reason. It's not because my HR is not educated or internal stuff. It's the external stuff. What external stuff is there? There is international travel ban. Why is there an international travel ban? Because there is a pandemic. What is the outcome? What will happen if if this continues? There will be financial loss, there will be halt in operation, there will be HR loss. And what categories it is in? It's in health and safety category. That's how you categorize, that's how you identify all your risk one by one. It does not only need to be operational. You should also make risk about what if tomorrow something happens to you. Obviously, your MCVP FNL will take over, but you never know. Have a risk management for that as well. What if tomorrow something happens with your LCP? Think in that level itself. You never know, right? As an MCP, it's not only the internal thing you need to look at, but you need to look into external things as well. And for the same, AI have categorized the entire risk into these 10 different risks: political and regulatory, economic, social, technology and cyber, legal and compliance, environmental, health and safety, reputational, financial, and operational. So these are the different categories of the risk. You will be definitely getting the risk management tool, which will help you a lot. But now when you read of these 10 risks, which risk do you think right now your entity is facing? You can, put a sticker over there. Which one do you think? So which risk right now New Zealand is facing? Which risk right now Nepal is facing? Which risk right now do you think is important right now? Okay, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka is facing legal and compliance risk. Vietnam is facing financial risk. Exactly. So that's how you identify, right? When you keep on looking at the risk in a very different level, like one by one, you will come to understand there are so many things that are there that which might affect, right? So after this thing, what we will be working on is assessment. It means that, okay, you have one particular risk there, you found it, let's say IGTA operation is one risk. You write what is the probability that risk will happen. Highest you rate 3, lowest you rate 1. And what percentage you think that will happen, why do you think it will happen, and what will be the impact of that particular risk. You explain it all, you put the monetary value, because at the end of the day every risk can be calculated in terms of monetary value, and then it will give you the number. You say number 9, it means that it's a very big risk and you need to work on it. You need to tell your MCVP operations, okay, now we need to work on this. What is the update? You need to ask the update every single week on that particular thing, and that's how you move ahead, right? And then you need to plan for mitigation. So IGTA is going to get closed. Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. Could you go 2 slides back? I did write a question in the chat box, but apparently. So what's the difference between economic and financial risk? Because I'm not quite sure.
So economic risk can be categorized in terms of your country's risk as well. Maybe the country's economy is going down so down that your customers will not be able to afford the exchanges. That can be an economic risk, right? But the financial risk can be categorized in terms of your internal finances. Maybe your entity is in debt. You don't have money to pay your MCs. You don't have money for office. You don't have money for your MCs, travel and this and that. So that's how you can categorize that. So in the risk management tool that you'll be receiving, it will be, well explained in all the part of, different type of risk in that way.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you so much for the question. Cool. So now to mitigate that IGTA thing, right? You think that approval break or, approval shift is the only solution? Then who is responsible? Your VP operation. Who should be accountable? Maybe your VP finance, because the VP finance is going to look into the monetary term. Who should you consult? Who should the person consult? Maybe AI and RO. And whom should you inform? The LCPs and LCVPs. By when you should do it, 20th of May, it should be done. How much progress done? Maybe 20% done. And at last, if nothing works, maybe what is the contingency plan for that? Maybe the MCP is going to mail everyone in the plenary saying, okay, this is the situation and we are stopping in this way. It can be anything. So that's how you break everything into step by step. That's how you make the entire mitigation plan for your risk that you see. And this is how you use the risk management tool. But now, a very important question over here. Why should MCP know risk management? Why am I teaching you all about risk management since 21 minutes? Why do you think? Maybe you can spam the chat, or if one of you want to unmute yourself and share, why do you think MCP is net risk management?
I can go. So,
yes, Nishat.
So I think because MCP is like the end responsible for the entity, and they have to take the last and the most important decision. So I think that's why it's very important for them to know the risk management, because at the end of the day, when the MCVP or the LC is facing problem, they would come to the MCP and would be waiting for their opinion and obviously their judgment. So it's very important for the MCP to know the risk management so that they can take the final verdict or take the right decision.
Yes, exactly. That's why the MCP needs to know risk management. Snaps for you. Cool. So to what Nishat says, that's actually a very important reason why the MCPs need to know. So first thing is that as an MCP, you should be at least one step ahead than anyone, than your LCPs or LCVPs, as they look up to you for any solution. Let's say there's a fucked up thing happened in your entity. Your MCVPs will come running to you, or your LCPs will come running to you. And they will look only up to you for the solution, right? You are the only person in the entity who can help them out. Maybe, yes, they will talk to each other, they'll help each other, but they will come and look up to you. In time, you should, I'm not saying you should not be blank. You can be blank, but you should also have what you are going to say. That's why you need a risk management, so that you can be prepared well before. Second thing is you're going to incorporate in your planning. So you cannot just say your MCVPs, okay, Pete, do it. I'm saying do it. Your MCVPs will do it because they are right now in the beginning of the honeymoon phase with you. They will listen to you, they will do it. But what if they don't know how to do it, right? You are going to teach them. Third thing, like your MCVPs might have never done risk management before, because see, you people, half of you have not done your risk management even when you were an MCVP. You cannot expect your LCP or MCVP to do it in their LC term, right? So it is their first time. So you need to teach them. And most important part, only if MCP takes things seriously, the team and the entity will take things seriously, or else no one is going to do that. It's the most important thing, right? So you take it seriously, people will take it seriously. And like what Nishat mentioned, you are the end person who will be responsible, accountable, and answerable to anything that happens in the entity. So you must be prepared with everything that might come. The firefighting situations or anything, like you're the ultimate god of your entity. So just be ready with those things, right? That's why it's very, very important for the MCPs to know the risk management. But now, before we move ahead into other thing, I just want to ask, are you people like excited about GCPs and BCPs? Does GCP and BCP excite you? Yes, no? You can just spam the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, so many people. Cool. So let's start ahead with a bit of BCP, a bit of story sharing. What I have done in my term and how how did it go, how my team have functioned. First thing is about BCP. So BCP, this is my team. This is my very cute, small team of 5 people. This is my MC Blue. And we are not only the people here. There were more people before us, and there were different faces before us. So I have had like 2 phases of resignation in my team. In the first phase of resignation, I was completely calm. I was chill. And in the second phase of resignation, I panicked a lot, right? Now, sharing you what happened. The first phase of resignation, 2 of them resigned 4 hours before the term started. I was completely fine because I knew this was going to happen. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. You know, the known unknowns. Yeah, that was that for me. I knew people are going to leave, but I don't know when, how. So they resigned like 4 hours before, and I was already ready for that. I already started to look into other prospect of MCVP. So it did not really affect me or the, as a person. I just went ahead with my term. So it was okay because my risk management was already done. And in the second phase of the resignation, it was like, unknown unknowns. I didn't know that it would come in that way. And it just shattered the team. It just shattered a bit of the entity. And today we are taking the, impact, the effect. We are still taking it. Now the term is about to over, but still we are taking it with us. So this is the level of, impact it creates if you're not well ready enough. Risk management, you don't need to only work on your operation and this and that. It can be as simple as this thing, a team member leaving, right? This is one thing. So have a risk management in your team. Like most of you said, right? Okay, you don't know what will you do if your MCVP resigns right now. Make a plan for it. You never know what is going to be there next, right? And the second thing over here is, again, risk management is only the job of MCVP FNL. So this is a very big misconception in my entity and my team as well. So my MCP elect is actually my MCVP FNL, and she's the only one who does risk management in my entire entity. Like she and her commission, only finance commission. But when the MCVP FNL do the risk management, they do not know the problem that comes in each and every portfolio. They cannot say what are the problems that TM is now going to face or OD will be facing. They cannot say what are the priorities that marketing is going to face. So risk management is not only their responsibility, but it's everyone's responsibility. We learned this pretty late, and I think only for for this GB resumption, my MCVP operation also did the risk management part, right? So other than that, none of them in my team have ever done a risk management. Well, it's very, very, very important. So it's not one person's job, it's not one portfolio job, it's everyone's it's everyone's job. So you as an MCP should really understand this and should stand strong in this matter, that it's your portfolio. No one knows this portfolio better than you, and you can only tell what are the risks that are going to come in your portfolio. So these are the 2 things that I like to share in the BCP part. And now let's talk about GCP, because there are good things as well. The first thing is that now every single EB of ISIC in Nepal does risk management of their portfolio. Now the concept and misconception that risk management is only finance job has been changed. You can see the picture over here. This is the entire EB of ISIC in Nepal, and each one of them have their own risk management for their portfolio. It makes them ready if any shit happens, right? This is something that you can also take it. And the second one here is that we were planning a national conference in February, and this is how the COVID was, picking up. And we were thinking of doing a physical conference, but we were not sure if the conference is going to be hybrid or virtual or physical, because we start to prepare for conference like 2-3 months prior, right? And in December, everything was okay. So what we did was we opened a bid application for our LCs in this way. You make a budget for a virtual conference, you make a budget for a physical conference, you make a budget for your hybrid 1 conference, hybrid 2 conference, you find the venue for both physical conference and hybrid conference. Due to that reason, we shifted the entire conference to a hybrid conference as soon as the COVID picked up. And it did not affect us a lot because we were already beforehand. So you can also do risk management for every single activity you do, even if it is conferences. And that's how we in ISEC in Nepal moved ahead. Now, moving ahead with incorporating risk management. I've been talking a lot about what is risk management, why is it important, what are the learnings that happen in ISEC in Nepal, and this and that. Now, let's see how are you now going to incorporate it in your planning. So it's already middle of the May, and I think your plannings will start in a couple of weeks, right? So first of all, most important thing for you is you have to be very much well equipped with the knowledge. So until and unless you are not well equipped, you cannot equip others. So complete your MCP Academy. There is the Finance Academy in the MCP Academy, and you need to do that first so that you know what is there and you can teach your people. Second thing is you give homework to your team to read this entire thing. So this is the presentation by AI about fundamentals of risk and risk management. They learn about all these things there, and then they also learn how to use a risk management tool. So once you are well equipped with the knowledge, once your MCVPs are well equipped with their knowledge, then you move into the action. Oh no, did I just open it? Oh fuck, yes. Sorry people. Yes. Now the third step, give risk management task at least 2 weeks before to your team, so that your team can work on it. They can bring all the risks that they think will happen in their respective portfolio, and you not only give homework to your team, but you as an individual also do it, because they cannot make a risk management of a situation where one MCVP leads, right? That's you who have to make it. So you and your team do a risk management at least 2 weeks before your planning starts. And after risk management is done, you just do not keep it in the sheets. Have a space in your MCM where all of them will share the risk that they saw. Suppose if IGV is seeing a risk that members are not well equipped with the product, or they do not have a capacity, then they can have a synergy with TM and make a project itself where you equip them with the knowledge of IGV. You don't know, right? These kind of things, so that one portfolio is well aware of what is going with the other portfolio. So this is how you move ahead. And most importantly, why I'm putting it here is planning is not where you start from zero. No, it's definitely not. Now your plannings are coming up, and that is not where you start to make things up. Planning is at least 70% of pre-planned plans. So once you do the risk management, you know what are the flaws, or what are the loopholes that you and your VPs want to work on. So plan it prior. And then it's only 20% of discussion that you do in the planning and finalize things up, and only 10% new ideas will come up. And this entire activity will help you to understand what are the pre-planned things you need to do, what are the discussions you need to have, and what are the main ideas that might pop up. So this is how you can elevate your risk management use in your entity in the entire planning process, and this is how you incorporate it. Right. And at the end, all I want to say here is that risk management is a skill to develop. It's a skill, right? It will happen with practice. You don't need to worry. Like 6 months down the line, you'll be a really good person in this skill. And it's MCP's important job, because you're the end person in the entity that everyone is going to look up on, right? And even though it's MCP's important job, it's everyone's responsibility. So make everyone understand the importance of it, and then make them feel it's their responsibility to work on it, and that's how you can do it. With that being said, thank you so much everyone for listening to me, and yes, thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you, Snehi. So proud of you. So proud of you. So proud of you. Yay, you guys. So